Oh, FBIO, Fortress Biotech, and Cyprium Therapeutics announced U.S. FDA approval of ZyCubo, the first and only approved treatment for Menkes disease in the United States. That's on FBIO. 23 million public float. Highlight, pronounces announcements. SPRC. Let's take a look at SPRC. Okay. XRBCTX. Space. Good morning. Kathy, good morning. Victoria, good morning. Vicky, good morning. Victor, good morning. And good morning to everybody on TikTok. G-Man, good morning. Let's see. FBIO. Let's pop that one up real quick here. FBIO on that FDA approval. See where it's going. So far, it's responding to the news okay. So far. Aton trying to push up. We just had a press release on FBIO. So I've got that up on the screen right now, watching it climb. Aton, ATON from yesterday. That one's trying to push up a little here. FBIO now at 482, 488. Boom. Nice. Nice. 490, 491. Wolfpack knows what to do with these. 490. We had a press release on BCTX too, and that one really spiked up fast and hard, quick. I mean, it really blew up and getting pulled back down pretty aggressively. Thing really, really, really spiked crazy. Let's see. Going back. AH. Another one we had this morning, AHMA. I don't know if you guys were watching that one. AHMA. This stock was down around $5 this morning. And low fives, 509, 515, somewhere in there. And it started climbing. We didn't see a press release, but I noticed it starting to climb. And so I alerted the Wolfpack about that. And it's gone up. We're up 102% on that stock. It was around $5.28, give or take. And it just hit $10.66. That thing is still smoking. Oh gosh, so much fun watching those things go up. And I don't see any catalyst on this one either. If you look at the 3 month chart on that, on AHMA, it had a gap to fill up to about $10. And we talked about that, about filling that gap up to $10. And by God, it has. It has filled that up hugely. 1067 now. I don't mean to smile so much, but when these stocks run like this, it's crazy. It's just unreal. FBIO trying to curl back up on its little press release as well. The press release on FBIO, Fortress Biotech and Cyprium Therapeutics announced U.S. FDA approval for a drug called Cycubo. First and only approved treatment for Menkes disease in the United States. So we're watching to see how high that one is going to go. AHMA 1073. Oh, it's embarrassing. Scott, AHMA from 852 to 1055. Over 100% on that dumb thing. Thank you, John. AHMA 1073. I wonder if it'll hit 11. My EVTV was a life changer. $49,000 by 6 p.m. Merry Christmas, Jeff. I'm here to watch and not play. Jello. Well, 49K. You could take a couple of days off, my friend. You can definitely take a couple of days off. That's for sure. 1073. Let's see if that thing will push up to 11. Dare we say $11? FBIO still trying to push up on that press release. That one has a, what's the float here? FBIO 23 million. Not terrible. Not terrible. I hope all of you have been doing as well as the Wolfpack has been this morning. Think FBIO will be an all-day runner? Hushboo, good morning. Well, I hope so. STAI announces regained NASDAQ reporting compliance. That's an old one. I think that was from yesterday. That's a repeat of yesterday. BCTX. Trying to curl up a little bit. BCTX was another one That one boomed on a press release this morning, and I mean boomed. $7.83, and all of a sudden, kaboom, up to 1968. Unreal. And then dropped all the way back down. Looks like it hit a low of 888, and now it's back up again in the tens. PDYN announces commercial availability of Paladin IQ 2.0, delivering industrial autonomy to accelerate defense industrial modernization, agility, and throughput. $30 million public float. So BCTX trying to curl itself back up. I don't know that it'll get back into that $19 range. That's crazy. It's possible. Anything's possible after what we've seen the last couple of days here with these stocks. It's insane. It's very possible it could climb back up there, but I wouldn't count it out. That's for sure. AHMA struggling here at $10. I hope this thing rips up to 11. Now let's go back and look at FBIO. Taking its time, isn't it? FBIO is definitely taking its time. It's not in any big rush here. AHMA starting to get that little bit of a crawl back up towards 11. We've got a minute and a half, and we're going to get the 8 o'clock press releases. 7 o'clock has been beautiful to us. 7:30 was beautiful. Love trading on press releases. Yesterday was amazing. Just EVTV running over 700% on a press release. That's crazy. That is just, what a blessing. What an absolute blessing that was. Aton, ATON, that one ran 180% yesterday. Unbelievable. FBIO is taking its time. It's not in a big rush. Air E All Media. Good morning. Yeah, EVTV was something else. I wish all of you were with us in the mornings on Zoom. I really do. All right, let's see what we've got at 8 o'clock. UPXI is announcing a $36 million private placement priced above market. UPXI. CPSS announces new $900 million forward flow agreement. MAMO announces initial commercial commitments for the new AI-enabled product category. Trine, Trin. Trinity Capital achieves a record $2.1 billion of new commitments and $1.5 billion in funded investments in 2025. UAVS supplies drones to NATO forces in Europe. UAVS. SGBX. Safe and Green Manufacturing commencement on modular enclosure contract awarded to subsidiary Giant Containers. That's a bit on the fluff side. THH announces a $10 million share repurchase program. RCAT announces preliminary review results for fourth quarter. LFWD. Life Forward enters a transformative strategic investment and partnership agreement with Oramed to create a diversified biomedical innovation company. LFWD, and I believe that one is halted. Yes, that one is halted at 67 cents. LFWD halted at 67 cents, 67 and a half. Halted because of the news, pending news, and now we have the news. They're entering a transformative strategic investment and partnership with Oramed to create a diversified biomedical innovation company. So how will that affect the stock price from 67 cents? We're going to have to wait and find out. That's all we can do. Last price I have on it is 67.58, 67 and a half, almost 67.6, but out of the 8 o'clock press releases, let's go back and look at BCTX. BCTX is trying to go back up. Keep an eye on it. That's the one that spiked up really crazy this morning from $7.83 up to $19.68 in a matter of minutes. It went berserk and then dropped. It got pulled back down really quick, but it is trying desperately to curl back up again. Let's take a look at Aton. I haven't looked at Aton in a few minutes. Aton from yesterday, the big runner from yesterday, that one is curling up, trying to move up as well. That was a What a monster that thing was. Good heavens. After hours last night, for if you were with us in after hours on Zoom last night, that stock went from 90 cents to $2.34 in after hours. It was bizarre. Just a crazy run up. Excuse me. I'm wrong. I'm way off on that. It went from 90 cents to $3.34. Isn't that crazy? 90 cents to $3.34 in after hours. Oh, God. Let's take a look at UAVS. That's the one that had the drone order for NATO. How many of you went and looked at that one? That's up 12%, 12.5%. JR BCTX grabbed it from $9.25 to $13. Good trade, JR. Very good trade. The one that was halted, that was LFWD. LFWD. Company's called Life Forward Limited. And apparently there's a partnership there, strategic investment and partnership with another company called Oramed. They're going to create what they're calling a diversified biomedical innovation company. So it's halted right now because of that news. We'll have to find out when it's going to be released. And then we'll know what to do with it. Bill got Aton from 224 to 244. Nicely done. So we'll find out what LFWD is going to go when they release that, if we can find out when. Let's take a look at UAVS on that drone news. We just hit 182. $155 to $182 on that press release. That's not bad. It's a nice climb up. Nothing to get rich on, but certainly a nice quick trade. Nice little day trade there. EVTV, let me pull that up real quick here. Hang on a minute. We got to look at BCTX real quick. What are you doing? BC. Everybody's watching BCTX, right? Please tell me you're at least paying attention to it. I'm not telling you to go buy it. I'm not saying go jump in. No. Do your own due diligence. Do what you do. Don't listen to me. But I do want you to at least watch it. Pay attention to it. Do yourself that favor. We should look at is THH. Well, that one's pulling down. Let's look at UAVS again. UAVS popping up. 1231 to 1390. I'm assuming that was on BCTX. All right, 812. Let's look at EVTV. EVTV right now is not doing very well. It's trending down. It has been since 7 o'clock this morning. It's been on a steady downward decline. So not looking real good there. And if your next question is, well, is it a good dip buy? I don't know, because I wouldn't try to buy the dip. I would try to buy the climb back up, but I wouldn't try to buy it on the way down. That's not a very good strategy. If it drops and consolidates for a while, and then you want to think about taking a stab at it because it's consolidating at a certain price and showing support, that's a different scenario. But as it's falling down, and it's been consistently falling since 7 o'clock, it's not a good time to buy. AMOD announces a partnership with Tickets for Less to bring seamless live entertainment access to Alpha Cash users nationwide. Now let's look at UAVS. Look at that. $1.87. $1.88. Not a bad little climb so far. And a Wolfpack knows what to do with those. LFWD, from the best we can tell, is going to be released at 8:30. LFWD, that's the one that's halted right now that I told you about, was halted at 67 cents. Supposedly released at 8:30. Now, will it go up? Will it go down? Nobody knows. I don't know. Nobody knows. We can speculate, we can guess, but that's all it would be, is this just guessing, people guessing. Is it good news? Yeah, typically. Anytime there's a merger between two companies, that's always considered good news. But here's the big but. Usually in a merger between two companies, one company benefits a little bit better than the other company in the merger process. They are better off financially. The shareholders. And so typically, again, not always 100%, but typically when you have a merger of two companies, or they announce a partnership or a buyout or something like that, one company benefits more than the other. And typically what will happen is one of those companies, the stock price will go up, and the other one, the stock price will go down, depending on the details of the merger. So which way is that one going to go? Your guess is as good as mine. But we'll find out here shortly. We will find out shortly. Decoy, DCOY. Decoy Therapeutics reaches global access commitment agreement to focus on development of globally accessible, scalable peptide conjugate manufacturing platform. That's a mouthful of fluff, but that's on DCOY. It's an 87-cent stock. It's got a 5.8 million public float. So it's got a nice small float. UAVS still hanging in there, still trying to push up. CPI is at 830. Is CPI today at 830? Where's all my news hounds? Is that at 830? Yes. 11 says yes. All right. Jalou, yes. All right. Well, TikTok. Every good trader knows it is. Oh, you're right. I'm not a good trader. I'm horrible. I deserve to be punished. I don't deserve to wake up in the morning. Oh gosh. UAVS. All right. Well, we are headed over to YouTube. We are on YouTube right now, live. Excuse me. And we'd like for you to join us over there if you would like. Go to YouTube and go to our channel over there, one of our channels over there, Traveling Trade Adventures. Traveling Trade Adventures. That's where we'll be at for the 8:30 press releases and the release of the halted stock. So, if you'd like to join us over there, you're more than welcome to. We'd love to have you. One and only Vicki, good morning. All right. Well, wasn't a terrible big bunch of good stuff there at 8 o'clock. UAVS has gone up pretty good on that press release. Where are we going? We're going to YouTube. Hop on the train. LFWD. Goody good. $11.77 LFWD. Halted, pending news. We got the news at 8 o'clock. And we think that it's going to be released at 8:30 for trading. We don't know if it's going to go up or it's going to go down, but we're going to be watching for sure. We're definitely going to watch to see where it goes. And if we can make a play on it, on momentum, off the news, we definitely will. And we hope you do as well. All right, Decoy, that was the one that reached the Global Access Commitment Agreement. It's up 17%. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. And of course, everything else that's been running up this morning like crazy. AHMA, 100% run on that darn thing. BCTX, XAIR, XAIR. That was a real quick in and out trade this morning. SPRC, perhaps LFWD will give us something here this morning. Been pretty good. Let's see where AHMA is at real quick here before I say goodbye. AHMA. We were looking for... Oh, God. 160%, folks, on that call out. 160%. We were wondering if it was going to hit 11. And we just hit 1381. Boom. Oh, God. Can't make this stuff up. You're seeing it live while it's happening. We're not making it up, I promise you. Wicked up to what, 15? What did it wick up to? Wick to 1532. Oh, can't make this stuff up. Bonnie, good morning. All right, we're heading over to YouTube. Traveling Trade Adventures. That's what you need to look up on YouTube. Traveling Trade Adventures. We got the 8:30 press releases coming out in about 6 minutes. Maybe there'll be something in there. Maybe LFWD, when they release that, if they release it at 8:30, we'll get something out of that. Maybe. We certainly have done well this morning. Good heavens. This week has been beautiful. Last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, beautiful. We had some really great calls and some really good runners in pre-market all last week. This week is starting out great as well. Monday, Tuesday, Wolfpack is on fire with these this morning. And last week and this week so far. Hopefully the rest of the week continues with that trend. So join us on our live stream on Zoom anytime you feel like it. We'd love to have every single one of you in there with us. So you guys on TikTok, you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 6:45, or we'll see you over on YouTube in about a minute. God bless. You guys have a good day. Keep them green. All right, I made 2 cents. Good job, Trapper. That was a heck of a climb. Holy cow. And that was one that didn't even have news on it this morning. I just saw it climbing on my scanner and thought I'll go take a look at it. It's bumping up a little bit on the scanner. And boy, it has turned into something. That was nice. That was definitely a lucky grab there. Let's look at that Decoy. Remember Decoy? Where's it at now? Look at that one. That one jumped as well. DCOY. That's the one that said they reached Global Access Commitment Agreement. And it's gone from 79 cents to $1.10. Tell you what, the news is pushing these up pretty good. Unbelievable. All right. Keep them green. Just keep them green. When they go green, keep them that way. Don't get greedy. Don't get stuck in that mentality of, I got to get rich and make life-changing money on this one stock. There's plenty of stocks. There's plenty of days. There's plenty of opportunity. Look at Decoy now, 114. All right, we've got about 2 minutes, and we'll get the 8:30 press releases. Plus, we may get some movement here on LFWD, Life Forward Limited. Again, I don't know if it's going up. I don't know if it's going down. I don't know what it'll do. But we'll watch and see where it goes. We can make a play on it, great. If it doesn't do anything, that's okay too, because we've got plenty of others here to mess with. BCTX trying. It's at 1220 now. Decoy at 108. AHMA up to 1350, 1356. It's all over the place. Decoy at 107, 108. We'll see if it can push up any higher. It's pretty volatile right here, this price. All right, 30 seconds. AHMA to 20. Boy, that'd be nice. All right. You guys watch LFWD here at 8:30. See if they release it. There they released it. 840. Or excuse me, 80 cents. Let's see where it goes. RZLV. AI guides to $350 million 2026 revenue and $500 million ARR exit run rate. It's on RZLV. Energy sector. This is lunch. Nuke. NUKK. Complete strategic acquisition of Star 26 Capital, expanding defense AI and defense manufacturing. PTHL announces a corporate name change and a stock ticker symbol change. DPRO Dragonfly drones deployed with search and rescue in Sweden. BFRI announces record preliminary fourth quarter of 2025 revenue between 17 million and 17.5 million, representing 35% year-over-year increase. THH, we mentioned that one a little bit earlier this morning. That one just popped. This is the one that said they authorized a $10 million share repurchase program. And it just popped from $26.87 to $41.62. Oh, boom. Talk about boom. That, look at it go now. 43.60. Oh my God. Stock market's going crazy. $71 to $74 on LFWD for Bob. SPY jumped $3. Yeah, it might have hit 54. Let me pull up the 5-minute chart. Yeah, I've got it on a 5-minute. I've got it spiking to 50. THH from $26.87 to $50. Good heavens. Isn't that crazy? Just amazing. THH trying. We got about a 20 million public float here. It's up 73%. I doubt anybody even gave that one a second look after that press release on the share repurchase program. Did anybody go look at that, take a serious look at it on that press release? Market CPI data was positive. And any good trader would know that. Decoy 120. BCTX at 1160. LFWD acting like it wants to curl back up, but I wouldn't trust it yet. That's why we don't jump into them. When we have news like that and they're halted, I've told you 100 times, you don't just blindly jump just because there's news and it's halted and it's released. You got to wait and see where it's going to go. You don't know if it's going to go up on the news or if it's going to go down or if it's going to go sideways. You got to wait. Wait. Give it a couple of minutes. Excuse me. Oh, Vicky. Unbelievable. Decoy. 131. Decoy up 64% now. $65, 66%. AHMA trying. It's hanging in there. It's hanging tough. Decoy still pushing up. It's up 75%. iPhone got Decoy from 90 cents to 125. Beautifully done. Yeah, when it released, if it releases up there at 80, it's because there was orders in the system and people were anticipating that it was going to go up. Maybe not a lot, but some did. So they were putting orders in at 70, 72, 75, 80, anticipating that it was going to go crazy and I'll get picked up and I'll make a bunch of money. And so what happens, it opens, it picks all those orders up and shoots up to 80, but there's no more orders behind those because most people are being smart and waiting to see where it's going to go, and then it just drops right back down again. That happens a lot. That's why I tend to never put orders in. When a stock is halted, I tend not to put orders in, try to get picked up. Because, I mean, you can try to anticipate where it's going to go after the halt. But I've seen too many of them that after a halt, even during intraday trading, they halt. Sometimes they spike up after the halt. Sometimes they drop down after the halt. You just never know. I'm more of a wait and see kind of person. I want to see what it's going to do before I. And it's one of those things. If it's going to run, if it's going to be an all-day runner, do I need to jump in the first minute? Do I need to jump in the second minute, the third minute? If it's going to run all day, I got all day to mess with it. I got plenty of time to look at the chart, look at the volume, figure out which way it's trending, and then take the leap. Yeah, it's nice to get in quick, right when it first releases, and then you take the entire ride up. That's always nice, but it's not always possible. I prefer to wait and see what it's going to do. But that's just me being conservative. You can be risky, and that risk will pay off for you sometimes, and sometimes it'll bite you in the butt. I like to be a little bit more conservative, and being conservative may not fit into your style of trading. Maybe you are very aggressive. I was very aggressive when I was, when I first started trading because I wanted to reach retirement by a certain age, and I knew I was going to have to be aggressive to get there. But I don't have to be aggressive anymore. So I've gotten a little bit more calm and conservative in my thinking with stocks. So I have always said, give a stock enough time and it'll show you which way it's going. It'll show you if it's going to trend up. It'll show you if it's trending down. But you got to sit back and wait and let it do its thing. Look at Decoy. Unbelievable. 108%. Oh. $115. I wish I had a wolf howl here. I could let out a good wolf howl. Ow. Oh my gosh. LFWD has a phase 3 on their ORMD 08ON that did not meet primary endpoints. We'll see what we get here at 8:45. Sometimes 8:45 we get press releases. They're usually class action lawsuits. Look at that climb on Decoy. 78 cents to $1.80. Unreal. VMAR reports $1.9 million of cash provided by operating activities in the first quarter of fiscal 2026. VMAR, Vision Marine Technologies is the name of the company. It's a little 15-cent stock with a 4.7 million public float. All right, let's go look at SPRC. Kind of going sideways there. Aton trending up a little bit. UAVS hanging in there. Decoy. Yeah, Bob, the news isn't scale of 1 to 10. It's probably a strong 6, maybe a 7, because they reached an agreement. They have a development of a flexible, global, accessible platform for peptide conjugate antivirals as a key funded development of Decoy's Global Access Commitment Agreement. And the agreement, this globally accessible manufacturing platform, this agreement was with the Gates Foundation. So you've got Bill Gates mentioned in the press release. That gives it substance. That gives it, in terms of, we're thinking about retail traders and news, keywording is important. And throwing Bill Gates or the Gates Foundation in there gives it a little bit of oomph, puts a little extra fuel in the fire, if you will. If it had been with any other group or any other foundation, probably not. It probably would not have gotten the boost that it got. And that's honestly the truth. But because they mentioned the Gates Foundation, okay, sounded too good to be true. Thank you guys for hitting the subscribe button on Traveling Trade Adventures on YouTube. I appreciate it very much. We're pushing aggressively to hit our 1,000 subscribers. It's a slow process, but we're making progress, but slowly. We're doing it. We're getting there. Inch by inch, dollar by dollar. Waiting on some good news now. So what's moving here? All right, UAVS kind of going sideways. ATON not doing anything. SPRC. $171. Steve, you have a great morning. Have a great day. BCTX slowly trying to creep up. LFWD doing the same, slowly creeping back up. BCTX doing that. LFWD trying. Anybody that FOMO'd into LFWD may be getting a chance to get out even. You may be getting a reprieve here, or at least decreasing that loss a little bit. Becky, you have a great day. Been making a list of the ones that Schwab will not let me trade. I'm well over 20. Good gosh. Most of them were runners. Time to switch traders. Yeah, I guess so. That's nuts, man. Will we get something here at 9 o'clock? You guys are all welcome to join us on our Zoom meetings every morning as well. Always know that. We do a Zoom meeting on our website. It starts at 6:45 in the morning. I do try to put my scanner. I have a pre-market scanner that shows what's moving in pre-market starting at 4 a.m. Eastern time. Shows what's moving by how much percentage-wise, what the volume is, what the float is, all that. And I usually have that up and running around 4 o'clock in the morning on Zoom. So anybody that wants to be up at 4 o'clock looking and see what's moving, all you have to do is pop into Zoom and check it out. But we would love to have you. Always welcome. LFWD, boy, it really tried to push back to 79. Really giving everybody an opportunity there to try and get out. Let's look at AHMA again. AHMA still hanging in there, hanging tough. Boom, 175% now, 178, 180%. AHMA. Who would have thunk that one? Good Lordy. LFWD. The float is 17 million. $15.20, 185%. Oh, I can hear all the naysayers already. I get that every time I post videos. $185%. All right, 3.5 minutes to go. EVTV, from what I saw of it this morning, a little bit ago here when I looked at it, I didn't think it was really going to go anywhere. It's been trending down. Look at the chart. It's not looking that great. I mean, look at that. Look at that trend. It's just been dropping and dropping and dropping. And it's not looking any better. Now, could it curl up today at 9:30 when the market opens? Could it start to climb again? Sure. But there's nothing about it right now that makes me think it's got any juice at all. My thinking is if retail traders were really interested in this stock and it really was bound and determined to go up, it would be going up right now and it wouldn't be doing what it's doing. We just got a lot of people selling off and just dumping it and saying to heck with it. But that's just my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. MYSZ. My Size explores unlocking the DNA of fashion through privacy first data intelligence. It's an Israeli based company. MYSZ. It is up 19%. Eric, good morning. Yeah, that's a thank you, JR. That's a really good point. Retail traders are very fickle and they're not very patient. Stock starts to move up and it's going great. They're making money throughout the day. Everything looks great. But at some point, something else pops. There's another penny stock that's going berserk. Well, what did those people do that were in the other stock? They sell, take their profits, and they go jump on the next thing that's moving. And when that's had its run, and the next one starts to move, and it's everybody's talking about it, and it's the new kid on the block, all of a sudden everybody sells off of that one, and everybody jumps over on this one. It's very much the next shiny object that grabs everybody's attention, and people are jumping from one to the next to the next. And sometimes you just have to follow the crowd. You have to follow the volume. Where's everybody going? What's moving? What right now is where's everybody's attention at? And that's just the way retail traders are. They're just a very, very impatient bunch. FRGT bolsters fleet rocket with 19 integrated GPS providers. That seems a bit on the fluffy side. Class action lawsuit. Innovation, price, marketing. Tokenization. GELS, GELS, GELS announces positive preclinical results showing an increased medicinal cannabinoid absorption using its oral gel delivery platform. GELS. 94-cent stock, 5 million public float. GELS. Key leadership promotion. Safety profile. VELO. Velo 3D partners with the U.S. Army for 3D printing solutions. It's $24 stock. It's got a 7 million public float. Not seeing much else here from 9 o'clock. It's moving. Yeah, it's very much like following a school of piranha. Everybody's feeding on it, and then all of a sudden they're off feeding on something else. Robert, you have a great day. Bill, RZLV 422 to 435. Nice. Very nice. Good trade. Thanks for stock screener at 4 a.m. Good eating this week. That's awesome. Explain public float. Yeah, public float's an easy one. Let's see. Let's look at XAIR at 140. XAIR, Beyond Air. This was a press release from 7 o'clock this morning. No, it was from 7:30. I believe that one was from 7:30. That was part of the 7:30 stuff. Boy, what a recovery, huh? From 99 cents back to $1.50. That's a heck of a recovery. Beyond Air. That is one heck of a recovery. Public float, that's easy. The company has X number of shares available. They print X number. Out of that total number of shares, insiders, company insiders, CEO, CFO, on and on, right? All the company insiders, they take a portion of those shares for them. Then you have institutional investors, investment banks, all those kind of big institutional investors. They buy out of those shares as well. And what's left is for the public. That's for you and I. That's what's available on the open market for the public to buy. And that is the public float. So when we talk about float, we're talking about the number of shares there are. So you have the overall float. That includes everything. And then you take out insiders, you take out institutional investors, and what's left is the public float. So there's two different floats. So you always want to be, the one you're interested in is the public float. The lower that number, the lower the public float is, the more volatile the stock can be. You have fewer shares. So it's stock trading is supply and demand, always supply and demand. So if you have a lot of demand and a ton of supply, the stock price moves very slowly. But if you have a ton of a ton of demand, but very little supply, what happens? Price goes crazy. And they can, that's why when you have a float that's public float that's under 1 million, the stock can go bonkers, just crazy. So we like the lower that number is, the better. I usually look at things that are like, if it's under 20 million public float, that's pretty good. That's not bad. That stock has the ability to make a pretty nice move. If it's under 10 million, then it's really good. Then now we're talking. Now we've got a stock that can really make a nice climb through the day. And if it's under 1 million, if it's what I call a micro float, it's under 1 million shares, like 655,000 shares. It's under 1 million. Wow. Those you got to watch, because those can go from $2.50 to $26 literally in a matter of minutes. They can run crazy. And so anytime we get a press release on a micro float, even if the news is just okay, even if it's not great news, it's just average, okay news, still got to watch it. Because when they start moving, they move insane amounts. They don't always, it's not always, but we know enough and have seen enough of them to know you got a micro float, it's got some good news on it, or even just average news, you better be watching it. That's not a signal to go buy it. That doesn't mean rush out and buy it. It just means you better watch, because if it starts to go, you want to be able to jump. Oh, let's see. Now, that's a really simplistic way of explaining it. Now, I get that. I know a lot of times more experienced traders, not newbies, people who've been doing this for years, they get aggravated sometimes when I explain an aspect of the stock market and how something works, because I oversimplify it. And I get a lot of comments, oh, there's more to it than that. And there's more to it than yes, I understand. But when you're explaining something that's got some detail to it, and it's got a little bit of complication to it, when you're explaining it to somebody who knows nothing about it, you have to explain it in a very simplistic way so their mind can grab it. You can use a lot of technical terms and use a lot of technical stuff, but the words you're using to describe something, they don't even understand what you're saying. So you have to explain things very, very simplistically, in a way that people can understand it. So for everybody out there that's saying, oh, there's more to the public float than that, I get it. I understand. I've been doing this a long time. Trust me, I know. You're explaining something to somebody. Imagine a brain surgeon trying to explain brain surgery to you. It's you wouldn't have a clue what he's talking about, or somebody who deals in theoretic physics, string theory, trying to explain to you what string theory is, go straight over your head. The terminology they're using, you don't even know what it means. So they have to explain it in very simplistic ways. When I first started learning about trading, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I want to understand how to use MACD as an indicator. Boxel, BOXL, microfloat. Boxlight partners with Montgomery ISD to transform teaching and learning with Front Row and Clevertouch. Front Row and Clevertouch. Seems like a pretty fluffy press release. No volume on the stock yet, but it is a micro float, so you have to at least keep an eye on it. But I would watch a video when I first started learning on how to use MACD. What is MACD? What, you hear it all the time. What is it? And how do you use the damn thing? You could go to YouTube and get some really, really good videos for free on what MACD is, how to use it, what benefit it has, all that stuff. But you can sit as a total newbie, you can sit and watch 2 hours of videos on MACD, turn the TV off, and still not know what the hell you just listened to. Have no clue what the heck you just experienced, because none of it made sense. because they when they do those YouTube videos, a lot of times they explain things like you already know what they're talking about. And they're not real good about explaining it in simplistic ways. XAIR is still hanging in there pretty strong, man. 146, 150. It looks like it wants to pop. Do you pay any attention to Head and Shoulders and Engulfing Candles? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't use them as signals to buy, but I watch them, understanding what they mean and what potentially could happen because of them. I'm always aware of that, but I don't use them as signals to buy. Always remember technical analysis. When you talk about technical analysis in day trading, not talking about long-term investment, talking about day trading, technical analysis, almost all of the technical indicators that you can find on your trading platform, they're what they call lagging indicators, meaning they're taking information from the past, calculating it with a mathematical calculation, and then giving you a result. So they're putting a signal here based on what's happened in the past, which is great, and it's showing you what's going on right now. But just because something happened in the past doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen in the future. Nobody can tell what's going to happen in the future. So you use technical analysis as a way of waking your brain up and going, okay, this is saying that it's going to do this based on this technical indication. So I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to watch and see what it actually does. See if it actually does what the technical indicator says it might do. But if you rely on them 100% for your entries and your exits, my personal opinion, just again, personal opinion, you're going to get burnt more times than they're helpful. Because they're not telling you what's going to happen in the future. Nothing can do that. CELZ. CELZ, Creative Medical Technology, reaches major clinical inflection point with positive interim data from an ADAPT trial for cells 201 in the treatment of chronic lower back pain. That's on CELZ. So, and always remember, everything that I'm telling you, everything that I'm expressing to you is my opinion. It's opinion. It's not fact. It's opinion. Everything's opinion. You ask 10 different traders the same question, you're likely to get 10 different answers. Trading is very subjective. Everybody's got their own style. Everybody's got their own way. Everybody's got their own indicators. Everybody's got their own little niche that they do, that they watch for when it comes to buying stocks and selling. Everybody's got their own way of doing it. And that's something it's important that you understand that. Everybody's got their own way of doing it. So when I talk to you about certain things, it's just my opinion, my way of doing it, my opinion. Yours may be different. Sometimes your way will work better than my way. Sometimes my way will work better than your way. Everybody's got their own thing. Always remember that. XAIR may pop us over 100%. 88%. Can it get to 100, Rick? 89%. Boy, it's pushing, isn't it? 90%. It wants that 100 so bad. Wouldn't that just be too beautiful? 3 of them this morning, 3 100% runners on news. That would be astounding. Well, actually, AHMA did not have news on it. So 2 of them with news. %. Come on, please hit 100 in pre-market. That'd be nice. Here she comes. 168, 169. Come on. Not bad from 90 cents. Not bad at all. Come on, don't give up on us now, man. We want that thing up there. Let's take a look at CELZ, the last one I gave you. Let's see where it's at. Okay, well, $239, $240. Looks like we spiked to $275. Well, good luck to everybody today trading. If you continue to trade through regular trading hours. Signing Day Sports, SGN. Pricing of a $5.6 million public offering, and down it goes. Down she goes, down 60%. That hurts. Watt, WATT, climbing up there, Rick. WATT. Energous Corporation, WATT. Nice little bump up there. $2 million public float. So it's got a small float. Scott. No, Scott, I am not. I got out of that. Not holding anything right now. Not a thing. Don't want to hold anything going into open. I did the same thing you guys did. Jump in, let it ride up a little bit, get out. not try to hold on to them too long. Decoy, 74%. Let's see if it can climb back up. XAIR, really want that over 100. Yeah, maybe it'll pop up when the market opens. We'll get 100% run out of it yet. I was just hoping for it to be in pre-market. CELZ, that last one I gave you, that one's hanging in there. It's not doing anything dramatic. It's not doing anything great. It's only got 196,000 shares traded on it, so it doesn't have a lot of attention yet. Not like some of these others. That CCTG, that one's pulling down. I was hoping for a really big run up right into close, or right into the open of the market. A big 25, 30 cent run on that, on XAIR. I don't know. What do you guys think's going to run it open? Decoy. Where are we at with Decoy? Decoy's holding on. Decoy's holding on pretty good so far. It's still hanging in there. LFWD, you're hoping that one runs. Decoy bounce maybe over 2. Boy, that'd be nice. Samuel, good morning. Thank you. You're welcome. VLN. Any other guesses on what might run this morning? Just guesses. Nobody's going to hold you to it. Just guesses. EVTV trying to curl back up. You see how fast that curled back up? Downtrending all morning since 7 o'clock. Now, all of a sudden, around 9 o'clock, starts to curl back up again. That's how unpredictable it is. That's why you have to wait and see where they go. They got to show you. It's that simple. The object is to buy them low and sell them high. I don't know if you guys remembered that or not. So why buy, if you want to buy in and have it go higher when you buy it, why buy in when it's going down? Doesn't make a lot of sense. It's common sense. Now, if it's going up and you buy in, there's pretty good odds it might keep going after you buy in. And that's kind of what you're looking for. So when you see these stocks trending down, you stay away from them. When you see them starting to go trending up, that's when you think about your entry. Get them on that momentum going up, not on that free fall going down. That's a bad time to try to guess at them. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't wait to get on the road. UAVS maybe? Good possibility. Cells is hanging in there. CELZ. EVTV curling back up. XTLB acquires 85% of Neuros NOS, entering the massive autism market. That's an old press release from this morning. That was part of the 7:30 press releases. It's up 23%. Look at BCTX. Look at BCTX. Kaboom. Oh, jeez. Look at that pop. Kaboom. 1140 to 1233 in less than 2 minutes. Well, good luck to everybody. Have a great day. Congrats on everybody in the Wolfpack this morning that made some money on a few of these. You guys did really, really good. You got in, let them go up a little bit. You got out, locked into some money and paid yourself. It's awesome. So if you made good money this morning, don't be in a quick hurry to give it all back during the regular trading hours. So be very careful. Be picky. Be very, very picky. Don't feel bad about sitting on your hands and just waiting it out, and be very picky about what you're doing. All right. I will see the Wolfpack at 4 o'clock this afternoon on Zoom, and we'll do after hours trading together. We'll see if there's some press releases in after hours. Did pretty good in after hours last night. I have to tell you, ATON, ATON, that was from after hours last night, 180%. So maybe we'll get another good one like that in after hours. So I'm going to save my dry powder for after hours. You guys have a great day. God bless. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button on Traveling Trade Adventures. I do appreciate it very, very, very much. All right. Everybody have a great day. God bless. And I'll see the Wolfpack on Zoom at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. God bless. Keep them green. Keep them green.